Yo, what up? I'm never gonna talk like that, don't worry guys. I think the sound is a bit high because I was doing it. Yeah, never mind. So anyways, for this video, let's look at what we have. Sent in by Jessio, sent in by some guy. This might be interesting. And cheater. Okay, these are two clips I am gonna choose from. Let's do cheater. Anyways, so cheater is a video sent in by Krypton, I don't know. I think it's Krypton because kryptonite is... Wait, kryptonite is Krypton, but Krypton, it's Krypton. It's Krypton. Thank you. Thank you for your help, guys. Hold the applause. It's Krypton. So anyways, Krypton sent in a clip where he's in the PK clan, by the way. He's playing Oranos on Midgard versus Kronos on Midgard. Now, what can we expect from this? Oranos versus Kronos. Well, Kronos is better on water, but this is technically not really a huge water map. This is not really a strong water map. So, did you just see this? That's right. Red is spawn hacking. So, Red is a cheater here. And if you guys are versing a cheater, well, you don't know who's a cheater, so I'm gonna give you a few tips right now. Let's pretend like you are blue. You're playing and you know that the enemy is also Atlantis. And you see this. He is spiking 28 points, I think. So he's spiking 28 points higher than you. And obviously that's not normal, but here are the few circumstances where that can happen. If he's not producing villagers, his score may be higher. 1. 2, if he took hunt rather than water, his score may be higher early game. That's just early. So for now, blue has no idea if red is cheating or not. Well, I don't know. From my perspective, he does not have any proof that red's cheating because the score spike could be a natural noob mistake, not making villagers or just going high hunt. So those two things could have occurred. Now, if the score spike remains for, you know, a long time, maybe actually another full minute, then you can surely say that red is spawn hacking. So those are my assumptions that I can provide you with so that you know when your enemy is spawn hacking. Now right now they are almost 30 points apart, 27 to be exact. Sorry, 26. But yeah, 30 points apart is quite drastic, especially because blue is not making that many mistakes. Now I know he is playing pretty newbie. You guys should not tell me that. I'd say this is 60-100 flat because I know he did take water and he's taking the proper build order, but I forgot to point out that he made a house manor, with his wood chopper. Now making a manor with your wood chopper does allow you to gain more food, but you will make fishing ships slower. So the more pro move there would have been to drop off food from fishing ships, and as you can see he's not making more fishing ships right now, so he is not pro, but the more pro move would be to make a manor with your food gatherer, drop off food from your fishing ship and not get delayed in production. However, that might only apply to Mediterranean, who knows actually. Anyways, as you can see, this is when you know that the enemy is spawn hacking. Like I said, 2 minutes in, if they have a 50 score spike, you can guarantee yourself that they are spawn hacking. And as he saw, red had 3 on hunt. Now, you know, if you take the proper build order, you should only have 2 on hunt right now and 2 on wood. So that's another giveaway. I'm pretty sure blue already knows that red is spawn hacking, although he has no guarantee. I'm not exactly sure how well he can detect spawn hackers. If I were playing, I'd already know they're spawn hacking because of the score spike. That just gives it away. But anyways, let's look at the cheater's point of view. So he's not producing any ships, and I already watched this clip, so I know exactly what happened. He spawn hacked a villager here. Look at the line of sight. You can clearly tell an oracle went here, and a villager has a lot more line of sight than this. Speaking of which, oh yeah, he's gonna spawn a villager here too later. I'm just giving it that away. Let's count the amount of villagers that red has. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I missing any? He does have 8 currently. Yeah, he definitely has 8 villagers. So 8 villagers against how many the enemy has? 7 actually. That's not a drastic difference. I'm kind of surprised. But no, I think blue only has 6 right now. Plus, these were produced pretty much immediately. Now look at this. He could advance right now, but he is purposely stalling. You guys know why this is a really, really clever tactic. You might not know this, but any good player would know that an average Atlantean water classic is about 440. It's not 430 because you obviously get delayed on water slightly. I mean, some pros like Army Corps have done it without any delays, but you know, that does take luck, and it has to be on Mediterranean because that is the best water map. So anyways, pro would know, well, not just a pro, many players know that an average classical age advancement time for Atlantis on water is 4 minutes and 40 seconds, and red nailed this down exactly. So what he's doing is he's taking the the typical advancement time so that he would not be detected as a cheater, and that's really smart. But I'm not sure if he knows about the score difference. What I would do in red's case right now is go for a really fast town center, because then your score drops and blue would not suspect you of cheating. That's what I would do. I'm just saying, I'm not a cheater, but anyways, as you can see, 36 population out of 15, so we're just gonna go back to blue, who is playing fairly. He does have less workers actually, and I think a slightly later advance. So anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, obviously 7 workers, that's out of the question. Yep, there's the 7th one. He does have more fishing ships, I believe, and there's not much to say just yet, so we're gonna have to see how this goes out. The main point of this video is to show off this cheater. That's why Krypton sent it in. I guess it is quite interesting. Now, as you can see, he did spawn a villager here as well, making a 3rd dock. Actually, is that a 3rd? Yep, that's a 3rd dock. So he's purposely putting them beside fish. Oh, here's one more point. He's a map hacker. Now, I'm just going out in the blue assuming he's a map hacker. You might be thinking, oh no, he's not a map hacker, he's just a spawn hacker. But no, he is a map hacker. And I know that because look at this. Whenever he makes enough houses, his fishing ship will go exactly right here. And I already watched this clip once, so I know that when I turn off Fog of War, there are 3 fish right here. So, okay, he did not send it there yet, but let me speed it up and go. Whoa! Do you see this? He sent it right there. The fish are right here. Coincidence? I think not. And as well, he made a villager spawn here by all these fish instead of here where there's nothing. Instead of here as well where there's nothing. So he is most likely a map hacker as well as a spawn hacker. I'm pretty sure he is, and that's almost out of the question. He just has to be one. Now, he is a huge noob. Here's my story. My point of view, I don't even know how to say it. If you are a spawn hacker, you are guaranteed a noob. Not because you're cheating. That's not the reason why. The reason why is because it is very, very difficult to perfectly invest your minerals, resources, if you are spawn hacking. Now, as you can see, he is floating way too many resources, and he wasted enough to create an Oracle hero. Look at this, even spawning some Mermillos, so going at it hardcore. But what am I saying? Oh, sorry. Pro would not have really made this Oracle hero. Instead, he would use Valor on these units to get free heroes, and yeah, I'm just saying, like, a pro would not have done that. Plus, to avoid the bear, he could have sent his citizen back here, made a slight wall to finish these off, built this, delete it. You know, small micro can really work around these things. But yeah, I'm just saying that if you meet a spawn hacker, you know that they are huge noobs, and you know, if a pro spawn hacks, they would actually play worse, in my opinion. If I would decide to play a game spawn hacking, I think I would do a lot worse, because I have had years of experience playing, you know, with my tactics and my build orders. But if I suddenly start spawn hacking, that'd be a completely new build that I have to get used to. So I might actually play worse if I spawn hacked on my first game. But who knows? Let's see how this game goes. So blue did lose a Turbo hero there, kind of a huge mistake. He should have ran back, but then again, red is making no Prometheans whatsoever, so he doesn't actually need to, you know, harness, I don't even know how to say it, save these Turbo Hero. Well, they are important. I would tell him to save it, which he's not, but they're not as important as in typical matches. Now, here's a weird thing. Both of them went quite early Murmillos actually. Usually people, well, usually what you should do, I'll say that in a different way, is not make Murmillos, because look at this. He has next to 0 food. Oh, I'm surprised he's actually, wow, he can actually afford villager and Murmillo production, but not for long, because Murmillo and villager production on water early game is not recommended. What I would highly recommend is pure something for a while. You know what? What am I even saying? Okay, let's backtrack, guys. Let us backtrack. The map is Midgard, and I'm talking only about the map Midgard, not anything else. On the map Midgard, making Murmillo, see this? It delays your villager production. And everyone should know that villager production is more important than anything. You never stop that. So, on Mediterranean, you can afford to loot Murmillo, citizens, and Terma at the same time, but on Midgard you cannot. So that's kind of a huge thing. You have to cancel Murmillo production for quite a bit before you can afford anything else. Now here's an interesting thing. Blue actually has more score than Red, even though Red was spawn hacking this whole time. So that's pretty good for him. And surprised none of them are actually making any town centers. But like I said, this is not really a pro game. This is kind of noobish. I don't know how noobish it is, since I'm not paying attention to the gameplay. But Red is not going over the population limit. Kind of a surprise there, because as we all know, you can go over the population limit if you're spawn hacking. So he should be doing that. If he's cheating, I'm just saying. But he's not. Now here's a huge mistake, sending his units on a manor and on a counter-bricks. Actually, okay, Blue messed up there too by not assisting, but he did come in with a few raids, so that's good enough. I'm gonna pause it because I'm kind of stuttering. It's not because I started stuttering all of a sudden. See, I'm starting again. But the reason why is because I didn't, you know, I say this every time. I didn't sleep. Basically, I went to sleep at like 6 in the morning. And then last night I went to sleep at 1, but I should have went to sleep a lot earlier because I didn't sleep much on the day I went to bed at 6 because I woke up sometime in the morning. So yeah, I didn't really sleep much, and that's why I'm stuttering, and I'm hoping that I can focus and not stutter like that. But anyways, as you can see, Blue is coming in with a few Terma raids. Sniping, he's not gonna snipe a villager, he's just idling his units there. Red is pushing in with quite a huge army, going Rhea almost in the heroic age. Now if Blue were a better player, he should have had another town center by now. He just built up, and he should be almost heroic just like Red, but he's not. Hold on, I think I got mail. Well, I definitely got mail, but I'm not gonna check that. So back to the game, it seems like Red is pushing in quite nicely. Let me just check what he has upgraded with his economy. Nothing. He only got plowing. He does not have any farms. He has 1, sorry, but that's nothing. He should upgrade hand axe and pickaxe before getting plow, because as we all know, that is quite necessary in games like this. So as you can see, because he does not have upgrades and he did not scout this area, Blue does not have any safe gold mines. And yep, there is a gold mine there. He's going to be lucky enough to bump into it right about now. But, you know, some scouting could have been advantageous right there. And Red is in the 3rd age. Blue has no military and he can't even afford to make anything. So I think the best move right now would be to get pickaxe straight away, which he's not doing. And of course, loop all 3 town centers, which, you know, he's kind of slow at right now. So, you know, just focusing on economy would be the best right now, especially getting pickaxe. So that is nice. I can't really say much. Let's check the cheater's point of view. He isn't really spawning anything oh, this is why Blue's distracted. Hey, this is why Blue's distracted. He's raiding with his Terma, so I'm assuming that's just distracting him from the game itself, because he's not upgrading pickaxe, he's not really focusing on economy like he should be, but he did loop his 3rd town center, so that's good enough. And finding a villager of Red there, who does not have any upgrades either. So yeah, not really happening, well, not much is really happening, in other words. But as you can see, Blue does have a nice flowing economy towards the heroic age. So in about a minute, I think, he should get enough food and gold at the same time to advance. he should start making an armory soon enough because, oh, that's not an armory. I thought he was actually good enough to start making an armory now. Okay, look at this. A behemoth is destroying one of the town centers. The best move right now would be to ungarrison the hero villager and kill the behemoth, but on the other side, his gold is gonna get harassed, the only gold mine he has, so he has to run back to his town center safely right about now, and he's using a non-hero villager to try to kill off the behemoth. Huge mistake. You're supposed to use a hero and repair with your non-heroes in the back. Oh, I can't even watch this. And he sent these back late as well, so he lost a villager, I think. Yeah, this sucks. Come on, at least repair your town center, Krypton. Oh, he's repairing so late and with only one villager, not even fighting with the hero. It doesn't matter if he has 31 hit points, the behemoth cannot kill the hero. And he loses the town center, lost his only safe gold mine. Pretty sure he's gonna lose. Oh, he's not gonna lose this one. But, you know, he is in huge danger right now. Not researching anything, no watchtowers, nothing really happening. Gonna lose another villager, so I think that's GG actually. Blue can't really come back from this because of this huge mistake that he did not play off well enough. I can't really say much more. He is still trying to raid with an Oracle Scout, which is a huge mistake. It's going to slow down his raiding. But, you know, not much is happening, and he's going to lose his town center here as well. Pretty much GG. Not really actually a good game because Red just cheated the entire time. But, you know, I don't know what to say. I mean, even though Red was a cheater, like I said earlier, cheaters usually tend to play worse than pros. So if Blue was a pro, he would have actually won this against the spawn hacker. I'm just saying. It is true. So, you know, if he could have played better, that would have made for a more interesting clip because then he could have won. But anyways, you guys might be saying, ban this cheater. Well, we are lucky because this cheater was on Voobly, not on Game Ranger. And as we all know, Voobly players can get banned. So this guy, I checked his stats, he did get banned about 2 months ago actually. So yeah, good to know. So this cheater is officially banned on Voobly. I'm not sure about Game Ranger, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't play there. So nice to know. Hope you guys enjoyed this clip. Do I have anything else to say? I guess not. I guess that's it. So, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.